What you're about to hear is an excerpt from our weekly podcast. It's available right now to our patrons over at www.patreon.com/prettygoodgaming. It'll be out next week for everyone else.
I'm really looking forward to seeing what Microsoft are pulling off this year with the Scorpio.
That's it, isn't it?
The whole game draw. I'm really looking forward to seeing
what games they got. They did promise games, didn't they?
Yeah.
That's what they promised. If there's at least three games, they need at least 3 games.
I'm really hoping that they have all these surprises just saved up, and they're gonna knock them out of the park one after another.
That's how they've been acting. So I hope so as well. That's how Phil Spencer has been getting cockier and cockier, going look, we've got it in the bag sort of thing. So yeah, I'm expecting that as well, really.
I think the fact that they've got the basically a new console, isn't it, is going to be they're going to need a raft of launch titles, basically, even though it's not really a new. Well, if they come out and say this is Xbox 2, that is a fucking baller move. The balls on that move if they do that. I don't know if they will. They probably won't. But if they do. When they're revealing this, they are going to lift the lid on Xbox One Scorpio. They're going to give it a name. They're going to have a trailer, showing off the hardware. And they, like you said, there's going to need to be games on it. And the way that they're talking, you're dead right. The way that they're saying games, it's all about the games. We're focusing on the games. But there hasn't been any kind of leaks or anything. If they've got all these studios secretly working on a bunch of Microsoft exclusive titles, you'd think someone somewhere would have just whispered something to Forbes or whatever, and they would have just got it out there a little bit. I don't know what you guys think of that. Is the games reveal and the Xbox One Scorpio, do you think that's a hand in hand kind of? If they're going to blow the lid off the Xbox One Scorpio, they're just going to have to come up with a bunch of games.
I think they will have to, but I don't think they will, because I think that the problem with Microsoft and PlayStation, Sony to some extent too, is that they're more focused on, or especially Microsoft, more focused on HD gaming. More focused on how much frames per second you can in your gaming. Playing games. Yeah, they're more focused on that. It's we're not falling behind PC, we're not falling behind the tech race, and that's what they're trying to sell to consumers. We want to play games. If you want a high resolution and you want high frame rates, just go to PC. That's that simple. Just play on the PC. Just give us some decent games. Give us games like Horizon Zero Dawn. Give us games like Uncharted. Things that we can play on a console, on your console, that we can't play elsewhere.
For me, it's kind of like they were lagging behind the PlayStation in power. They're going to catch up and overtake the PlayStation in power. But PlayStation are on games now. They're on exclusives. They've done the power thing. They're now on. They've got loads of new games, and this is something we were talking about in the office earlier as well before filming this. They have so many games that are already out this year, this year. Horizon Zero Dawn, Nier, Neo, all these kind of exclusives, or at least semi-exclusives. Persona 5. There's so many games that they've already released, and E3 is happening this weekend. That's in the past for them. Horizon Zero Dawn is in the past for them. Nier Automata is in the past for them. It's just, I don't know. They're in a very strong position. So what we know from Microsoft so far is that it's basically going to be State of Decay 2, Crackdown 3, and Sea of Thieves. You guys are pretty interested in Sea of Thieves, right?
Yeah, me specifically, I reckon.
I am too.
Right, nice one, man. It's the most interesting, and it's possibly because it's a new IP. It's not a sequel.
Exactly.
It's not. That's one thing I was saying. If Xbox reveal the Xbox Scorpio, which I reckon it's going to be called the Xbox One X, right? It'll be something tacky that they'll call it. That's the sort of thing that they'll do. If they announce Halo 6, Gears of War 5 and stuff, no one's going to care as much as if they said we've got this new IP, a new character. Because even Horizon Zero Dawn, when it had the new Aloy. People were like, is she a legend already? But he got the excitement, is she, isn't she? Got the discussion going. And
very unusual setting. And
it landed and it just hit the target. Every new IP is another opportunity to show that they're fresh, because that's the thing. It's not fresh to bring Crackdown 3, Gears 5,
Forza.
No one's going to be.
They've basically ruled out Halo. They've basically said it's not going to be a Halo thing. What we might see is Red Dead Redemption 2 on Scorpio, which would be that'd be a good strong thing for them if they could show that off, and it would be a very it'd be exciting. I'd like to see that, because it would also give you some idea of what it might look like on a PC. If it's if it can run at 4K and all that kind of stuff. So I kind of that's one of my hot predictions, is the fact that it'll be a Red Dead 2 demo or a trailer or some gameplay.
Exclusive demo for the conference.
That's what I think. I think they're going to have to work really hard with their exclusives. I mean, you said you were looking forward to seeing what they've got in the bag. Do you think I mean, what kind of thing do you think they might come out with? I mean, is it more sequels or more like new IPs that they're going to do?
I honestly don't know. I think it's pretty hard to tell with Microsoft from this point, like what they've got, whether it be a sequel or new IP. I'm really not sure.
They have been keeping their cards close to their chest, whether or not that's because they don't have any cards or because they it's just going to be something pretty boring. I mean, sequels would be yawn-inducing for me at this point, but I really hope they can come up with good stuff. It is Microsoft. They've come, Microsoft are responsible for some of my favorite games ever. So. I want them to be doing that again. I am very excited about seeing what the Scorpio is for multiple reasons. I want the console race to be as good and as healthy as possible. So if they come out with something really powerful, that would be interesting. That would be very interesting.
And give us more stuff to cover as well, because we cover a lot of PlayStation stuff, and we get a lot of criticism saying that we're ponies.
Criticism.
This is the internet. We get abuse. Okay, that's a granted. But that's only because there's not much to talk about in terms of Microsoft. If there was. If you give us a reason to be excited about Microsoft and their games, we will be as well. Yeah. It's like we're suffering as much as you guys. For those of you who are like Microsoft Xbox players, we want to see more of that too. We want to be excited about what they're producing, but at the moment we just can't do that. And let's hope that at the end of this E3 conference, that we've rejuvenated our excitement for Xbox and what they've got to offer. Yeah.
So that's the Microsoft conference then. So that'll be on the Sunday, June the 11th. So that'll be one of the earlier conferences. That'll be 10 p.m. UK time, 2 p.m. US Pacific. Thanks a lot for watching this video. Remember to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. There's another video on your screens right now if you want to watch that, and a link to Patreon, like I said earlier, if you want access to the full thing right now. We'll see you next time.